award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
In today's digital landscape, the security of your business is non-negotiable. That's why you need better cybersecurity solutions. At Hamilton, we make it our business to protect your network, data, and digital assets with the latest in cybersecurity technology. Our dedicated team of experts has the technology in place to protect what matters most to you and your business. Stay ahead of cyber threats with better cybersecurity protection. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bach.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a bow. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and maybe the biggest savings in the Midwest are happening right now at Koppel. When you buy a new GMC or Chevrolet anywhere else, you might be paying too much. But right now, we're going to give you over $10,000 off list or 1.9% APR on select new Chevrolets or GMCs. So please give us a shot before you buy anywhere else. Please stop in the dealership or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Must trade and finance with approved credit.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome to 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bigger Than the Score. I'm Peter Ferguson with Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, and joined here with a special Sunday morning DJ on the ones and twos.
That's right.
We got Mr. Bockelman. How you doing this morning?
Oh, not too bad. Glad to step in for Harrison. He's got a life, if you can believe it. So he's got to few weddings he's got to get to in the next couple weeks.
Okay, well, like you said, he couldn't get up and go ahead and make it in this morning. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the robust young 25-year-olds. You could have said he's like watching the Olympics, doing, you know, he's on the site reporter for, you know, the ticket at the Olympics.
Oh, that'd be pretty nice.
DP
yeah.
went ahead and shot him out there to Paris to cover the opening ceremonies and everything. So
Yeah, that would be nice. I don't think that's quite what he's up to, but I'm sure he'd enjoy it.
well, you're looking for the Big Ten Media Days first, and
Right.
then next is the Olympics, and
Yes.
you know, 2028 is what your goal is for the ticket, right?
Yeah,
That's
there we
what
go.
we're looking at. Well, glad to have you in here this morning, as always on Sunday mornings. Just wanted to bring some goodness and some love, and just some unique perspectives as scholars, and so excited to have that opportunity. Bogman, how can people get in touch with us if they want to join the show?
424-645-685. That is our starter Heyman text line. Once again, 424-645-685. If you want to chime in, go ahead and text in and we'll read it off.
Sounds good. And always, like I said, sometimes if you don't want to watch us, I have a face for radio, but our guests are absolutely lovely individuals. And so you'll want to go ahead and watch them too, as Bogman said, on that Allo channel, Allo Nebraska channel 961. I always want to thank Allo for their love and support that they've given us. So Bogman, kind of just to start off, a lot going on in the sports arena. Usually this is kind of a little bit of a dead time. You got baseball, kind of summer sports are winding up, but the Olympics, kicked off, that once every 4 years for the summer. And, what did you get a chance to watch any of the opening ceremonies and just what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it. It certainly has made its way on social media, we'll say, one way or the other. So, I mean, they kicked off basketball the other day. I saw Tominaga didn't get, a shot up, didn't get a play, but it is fun, and that's my favorite part of it. I'm a basketball guy, so to kind of see some of those, as we know, the game has grown so much.
Right.
I saw a stat about the Dream Team of '92 and how many NBA players that they played through their run in the Olympics, and it was just a handful. And now every team seemingly has to have a few NBA guys on it. So it seems like the competition's a little bit tougher, and it's also just cool to see in team environments, not just basketball, but any of those team environments. These are stars, absolute stars on their teams. They're expected to carry their teams. And then, when they get together, somebody's got to take that role, and then somebody has to, go a little fade to the back a little bit and accept a different role than what they're used to. So it's very intriguing to watch the team dynamics that way.
Well, and I think, this morning, South Sudan, what do they call the Shining Stars? So they got their first official win in the Olympics, won over Puerto Rico. I think they played their first FIBA game in 2017. Jeez. So if you sit there and you think about it and what they did to what they did to the United States, and it's just that obviously not only has that game grown, but then you watch other things, after that went off, immediately skateboarding came in. And I was just like, okay, wait a minute. Like it's just not your parents, it's not your parents' Olympics anymore.
Yeah.
And so I like how they have considered the evolution and evolving to make sure things are included. I think a lot of it, probably some of it's for viewership. It's just like that opening ceremonies, you do it on boats and you go down. And I think there was a lot of kind of like, oh, that's going to be, completely off of what everything else has been done. But I think what was it, 1992, was it in LA? They shot the arrow. They lighted the arrow.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a little bit young, but they shot the arrow and it went through the flame and the torch and lit. And I just think, okay, what's next? Like when Japan, they had the drones. So do you start adding like things like esports? Do you start looking in 2028? Does that become something that becomes a part of it? Because I think part of it, you have to continue to evolve, what that is for viewership, for interest, but also the people that are doing, if you've got more people doing that than they are doing whatever, sport that you have, you've got to place it in a premier space. But then again, what happens 20 years from now? Does that gold medal mean the same thing if that sport isn't there?
Yeah, it's very intriguing. Yeah. I know they've been pushing even football. At least people here in the States would like to get football.
Flag football has grown.
Yeah, and that'd be fun. And you wonder what they would do, because I mean, it's such a tough sport. Obviously, a lot of injuries can happen. That I do think it would. You would probably side on the fact of maybe flag football or something like that. But it would still be very cool to see who the United States would send. It would be again much like your top players in the NFL.
Oh, a full team of the Cowboys. Go ahead. And then
There you
DP's
go,
gonna say, well, they never won a gold medal. So we go on that. But just some other things for the weekend. I just want to give a couple quick shout outs before we bring our guests in. Had the opportunity to participate in the Nebraska Guard Enlisted Golf Tournament. Want to thank Michael Alvarez, London, who was our long ball hitter. Our female got up there and got on the back nine and really started striking the ball. And then also Corey. Just got an opportunity to be on that team. And, just for all the individuals out there, thanks for their service, for what they do. And then just, think the Lincoln Community Playhouse Scholars. We've had them on in the past and it's been kind of cool, but they have multiple theater camps during the summer, 2-week camps. And so they just finished up this one called Finding Nemo. And they had 3 performances yesterday, and a special shout out to Ella Donner. She is a scholar that I know that went and attended the camp, and it's just really what the Lincoln Community Playhouse does. Christine, Maury, that whole staff, Larissa over there, does some phenomenal things. And so they've got another 2-week camp starting tomorrow. Imagine the Dragon, or Imagine and Dream the Dragon. I can't exactly remember the full title, but have another young man, Jamari, he's going. And so looking forward to just like what they do, what they give. So thank you, Lincoln Community Playhouse, for providing those opportunities. And then it's right back into school. And so want to lead into our scholars here, because I have a question. I'm going to have you answer first, and I'm going to introduce our scholars.
Okay.
So Olympic means, I think the Olympics means summer.
Yeah.
I think there's the Winter Olympics, obviously, gymnastics, but we see Olympics means summer. I had the question, would you rather win a gold medal or like an NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL, like championship? Which one would you rather win? And I'm gonna ask these same questions to our scholars. Would you rather win the gold medal or a professional league championship? So whatever it might be.
Yeah, that's really interesting. It's tough to say. I mean, obviously the gold medal puts you in a different category.
Mm-hmm.
I think, historically, and it, maybe you would feel like that's the top, but when I think of like the different sports that I love and kind of think about hoisting those trophies, I think that would be, because there are guys, on the teams that don't necessarily get to do both. So I struggle. You can tell I'm going back.
I was going to say, which one? Which one now?
Ultimately, I think I would have to go with the gold medal. I mean, I just think that as an athlete, that's the pinnacle, isn't it?
There you go. Bob, I'm going to go ahead and put his teeth on that gold right there. Right. Well, with that, I want to transition. I want to introduce our 2 guests. I'm going to have them introduce themselves, but we're going to start off. Let's go with Faith. We have Faith Venable and we have Ellie, who is here in studio, and both of them got smiling faces. Last week we had dancing in the studio when the music came on. I got to give credit to them, but they're a little bit more subdued. Didn't do the wedding last night like Harrison. But Faith, tell us first off, before you tell us who you are, which one would you rather do? A gold medal or a major league, any major league, professional league sports championship? Which one would you rather have?
I'm gonna have to agree with him. I'm gonna go with the gold medal.
The gold medal? Okay. I'm gonna assume what sport, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Faith, tell us a little bit about yourself, your name, who you are, and some other things like who's in your family.
Yeah. My name is Faith Venable. I was originally born in Kansas, but I'm raised here in Nebraska. I went to school at St. John's, smaller Catholic private school, and now I go to Pius for high school. I have a brother and a sister, but I live with my parents now.
Okay.
And the sport I do volleyball.
Okay. So tell us the names of your parents. I'm that old traditional old school person. You can't just, it's mom, dad, or Mr. and Mrs., but we're going to give you permission on this to say their names and siblings' names as well, so you can give them a shout out and show them some love.
Yeah, absolutely. My dad is Stuart Venable. He's a coach out at North Star. And then my mom is Shelly Venable. My brother is Bronson Venable. He's a big runner. And then my sister is Jessica Venable.
Fantastic. And any pets?
Yep, I have a dog.
Okay, dog. What's the name of the dog?
Zoe.
Zoe. I don't want Zoe being left out. Zoe's probably sitting there right by watching Aloe and being like, they're not going to mention me. I'm not going to be here when she gets back. I'm not going to show her that love. Fantastic. And we'll get a little bit more about you here. And then we got Ellie sitting over here. You said born in Kansas, so Ellie wanted to represent. She wore the KU stuff. I've never seen her in anything but. Ellie, how you doing this morning? Awesome. Fantastic. All right. So Ellie, tell us a little bit who gold medal from the Olympics or you get to win. You could win any professional major league sporting championship.
I have to go with the gold medal.
Okay, we got the sweep, the gold medal there. Okay, fantastic. We'll find out what sport. I have a clue. I think I know which one. But tell us a little bit about Ellie. Where were you born? Where have you come to school? Where have you gone to school? Excuse me. And who's in your family?
So I was born in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I go to Lux Middle School, and I have a brother.
Okay. And tell us brother's name and then parents' name.
My mom's name's Amy Vigert, my dad's name's Daniel Vigert, and my brother's name's Ryan.
Okay, fantastic. Any pets?
Yeah, 3 dogs.
3 dogs. Got to give the dogs names.
Okay, so Mosley, she's just turned 3.
Okay.
Ramona is gonna be 9, and Daisy just turned 1.
Wow, I like that Mosley name. I haven't heard that one before, Bachman. I was thinking the Mosley. I like the Mosley when you threw that one out there. So fantastic. So you said you're going to Lux. Okay, what grade?
Going into 7th.
Okay, so you're not quite running things. You're right in the middle, making things happen. Tell us what's the best thing about Lux.
I like the teachers.
Okay, teachers. Any specific one you want to shout out as they get ready to go back into school? Given that energy is not to exclude anybody, or educator. So it could be anybody within the confines of Lux. It doesn't just have to be an in-classroom teacher.
Honestly, probably my humanities teacher, Mr. Mickle.
Okay, Mr. Mickle, what's up? Well, thank you. Like, you made a huge impact. What's one thing that's great about Mr. Mickle?
He supports Kansas.
That's it, Mr. Mickle. That's all you have to do if you want to get to LA's heart, supporting Kansas. So, want to go back to Faith. You told us a little bit about your family, about where you've gone to school. Appreciate that. Tell us a little bit about what do people see when they see Faith just walking down the street? What can people pretty much kind of nail dead on about Faith?
Yeah. Obviously I get a lot that you look like you play volleyball just the way I look. But I mean, if you really knew who I was, you would know that I love other people. Like, I love being a teammate. Like, that's one of my favorite things, is just to be a teammate, I guess. And I know it's just a general title, but I love being there for people. And again, why I love volleyball, because it is a team sport and I get to do it with like a lot of people I love.
Well, you answered that question too. You said something people wouldn't know by just looking at you is that you love people and you love being a teammate. What is unique about you in that aspect that, not saying other people don't have, but like you bring to the table as a people person, as a teammate?
Yeah, of course. I would say my skill of like communication. I think, again, in like all sports, communication is such a huge thing. And with the sport I play on the court, you always have to be talking. If you're not talking, then you don't know what's going on. And so I think just always my ability to communicate with no matter who I'm put with on the court.
And I think that's important. I mean, I think almost for anything. I mean, here we are on the radio, and people kind of that lost art. Like, I always tell people, they're proficient in texting. They can go ahead and text, but that art of, you're going to have to speak to individuals. You're going to have to get your point across, and that's a challenge. I mean, that's not just that's a gift. And so you expressing that and being able to do that, I've seen you do that. That's fantastic. So, Ellie, what about you? When people see you walking down the street, outside that you're a Jayhawk fan, okay, what is something that people would know about you, and they would nail dead on if they just saw you here for 5 minutes?
Probably that I'm sporty and I love playing like sports and stuff.
Okay, so sporty and love playing sports. What is your sport of choice?
Basketball.
Okay, basketball. So tell us, outside historically, because I heard you're a historian, you're a basketball historian. So I'm gonna, Bachman here, we're gonna put you to the test. Give us your favorite starting 5, male or female. It can be a combo team. Your starting 5.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Wilt Chamberlain as one of them. Jerry West, Julius Erving, Michael Jordan, and Kobe.
That's impressive.
That's a good list.
That's I like the fact that you delved a little bit. I mean, you know your stuff. You know your stuff. Like I said, 7th grade, putting it out there. So you got Will off that team. Who's the captain? Who's the communicator?
Probably Kobe.
Okay. I like that. So basketball, you talked about that, and I talked a little bit about like your knowledge because I know you have some depth to you. What is something that people wouldn't know unless they got to spend time with you? What's something about Ellie that people would really have to sit and spend some quality time with you to know, like, wow, this is pretty unique about her?
Probably that, I don't really know. It doesn't take really that long to figure me out.
Well, what's unique? What do you think makes you unique compared to other people?
I'm a really loyal friend and stuff.
I like that. And so with your friend base, what do you look for in friends? What do you look for in individuals that will support you?
Like loyalness, funny, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Trustworthy.
Love that. So we're going to come back. And when we come back, we want to start asking you a little bit more about your involvements, things you're doing, but also advice that you would have for others, but also advice that you've gotten. And I'm going to kind of put a twist on it. The good advice you've gotten, but also advice that you like when you got, you're like, man, this was not good advice, but it helped me grow in a way. So we'll be back on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OakStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Oak Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Join us on Monday, July 29th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O to celebrate the company's 40th anniversary. Enjoy 40% off wings all day and your favorite sports talk hosts on air from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come hang with us for the 40th anniversary party on Monday, July 29th at the 68th and O Buffalo Wings and Rings. Riddles Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddles Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddles Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddles Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddles Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddles inside Gateway Mall.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Looking for a place to host a one-of-a-kind private game day experience for your staff or clients? Courtyard Marriott downtown is just blocks from the stadium and steps away from all the fanfare. You'll enjoy use of an entire entertainment space, including outdoor courtyard, accommodations for 250 plus guests. Party starts 3 hours before kickoff, and they'll clean up while you go and enjoy the game. Call Courtyard Marriott at 402-904-4800 for more info or to book your pregame party today. Limited dates available.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today.
Play ball! Tired of the same old routine? Then bring your crew out to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. Enjoy action-packed home games all week long from May through August. It's the perfect change-up to the typical family night or makes for a home run outing with friends and coworkers. Experience the magic and get in on the excitement. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets now. Unleash the fun.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
At Doane University, we build leaders. And that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodmen is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodmen representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, and joined with some. We always try to give special names to the ones on the ones and twos. We call Harrison. I can't even remember what we call Harrison, but I was going to say we call you the Travis Scott. I said that the guest coming in, the Travis Scott on the ones and twos. We got Kevin Bockelman. So Bockelman, during the week your shows are on what time? For those that don't know.
10 to 2 is I'm on with the captain, Rashawn Jackson, and Terrell Farley, the new Nebraska Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Well, tune in during the week. A lot of great programming. I know this is maybe a new face for some of our listeners. So definitely we got great stuff, not only on Sundays, but at the Ticket throughout the week, especially with camp kicking off for Husker football on Wednesday. But we are joined in a studio with two great young ladies. Go ahead. They're spitting knowledge, showing this, just showing the world how great they are. We got Ellie, who's over there repping the Kansas stuff, doing the thing. If you are a Kansas fan, make sure you see Ellie, you're gonna know, because that's what she wears day in and day out as she goes in. And then we've got Faith, who is going to be a senior this year over at Pius the 10th. Is it the 10th or the 10th? Because I want to make sure people get it right. That's kind of the word on the street. Like people like it's Pius the 10th or Pius 10th.
Pius the 10th.
Pius the 10th. Okay, say. Like the Ohio State.
Yeah.
So it's like that. And then I don't want to Ellie, I don't want to leave you out. Is it the Lux Middle School or is it Lux Middle School?
Lux Middle School.
Lux Middle. You don't want to put the "the" in front of it? No. Okay, Lux Middle School. That's it. We got the namings of their respective institutions correct. So you all shared a little bit earlier, gold medal families, where you're born, but want to talk about some of the things you're involved in. And you shared a little bit about that. We know basketball, volleyball, but what are some things that you are involved in and you have been involved in the past? Because we always like to talk about like multi-involved individuals. Faith, let's start with you.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I've done like so many different sports from like gymnastics, swimming, basketball, and then but outside of sports, I've done at Pius we have a great program called like discipleship, and so we can get like a group of people together and really talk about like ourselves and like our personal growth, like whether like that's in our sports or academics. But my main thing has always been sports and different sports programs.
Okay, fantastic. Ellie, what about you?
I've done like a ton of different sports. I'm doing softball, I've done volleyball, and just a bunch. Like I've even done bowling for a while.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got the bowling under your belt. So tell us a little bit, like, why is it important? Because I think, both of you obviously have love for a certain component, a certain sport. We've had individuals that have a love for music, but they've all talked about being multi-involved. And I think sometimes like people like, oh, fourth grade, I'm just going to do this. Like, I'm just going to, collect trash, or I'm just going to be the person that just plays basketball or volleyball. Why is it important to be multi-involved with different things? Ellie, I want to start with you.
I think because then you can like meet different people and learn different like perspectives on sports.
Okay. So meeting those different people, learn different perspectives. What's a perspective that you've gotten that you maybe wouldn't have received if you wouldn't have been involved in different things?
Well, like in softball, like I guess I realized like that it's like way different than basketball, and like it's more of like less contact, and yeah.
Yeah, and you hope in softball it's less contact. That's the whole goal.
Yeah.
But learning those different, those different aspects, but also those things you can carry over. Faith, what about you? What's something that you've learned from being multi-involved?
Yeah, each sport I think has like its different aspects to it that makes it unique, and being able carrying from each sport I've played, each thing I learned to like my one main sport has always been like a big thing for me.
So what is something like you said that's unique? Like I asked Ellie, that you've taken from maybe something else that you've done that you've been able to apply to your life moving forward?
Yeah, I was a huge basketball player growing up too, and I think that my drive and my hustle I really developed that during basketball season, and now that volleyball is my main sport, I'm able to take what I've learned and apply it to my new sport and make me better overall.
Fantastic. And so you all both love a variety of different things. But Faith, you have had success and have concentrated on volleyball at the current time. Tell us a little bit about your volleyball journey. What does that look like? What have been some of the highs? And then just kind of also like, what has been some of the challenges where you're like, okay, I'm just not certain this is something this is going to work out for me.
Yeah. I've played it ever since I was little, and it's always been my favorite sport growing up. Something about it it really struck me. And so I play club out at VCN, Nebraska, out here at Kinetic Sports. And I mean, my whole development, I've gone through them. And really my change for my love has started freshman year when I started at Pius. And my coach at Pius is Katie Wenz.
Okay, shout out to Katie. I know she's listening.
Katie.
So
I know she's listening too.
Yeah, otherwise we're gonna get a bunch of texts like, "What about me?" No, I'm just kidding. Katie's a phenomenal human being, a counselor over at East High School, and also the head volleyball and a successful volleyball coach at Pius the 10th.
Yeah, Pius the 10th.
Right.
I get, like you said, great coach for me, great mentor, and I think along with my body developing, my mindset developing too, once I got to high school, and I really put things into perspective that this is something I want to do. This is something I want to pursue past high school. This isn't like, it's something I do for fun, but like I can also make so much more of it.
And so what, like, for those that might be wondering, like, what was the first step? Like, as you're looking back, what is the first step that somebody who's like, man, it's just not, my body's not where I want it to be. Like, I'm not as good as I want to be. What would you say? Like, hey, just take this first step and it'll start you on a journey. Don't know where it'll take you, but you got to take this step. What would your advice be?
Yeah. Honestly, for me, it's gonna have to be outside of volleyball things. Focusing on your mental health is such an important thing because volleyball is a mental game. Like it really is a mental game. Everyone says it and it's true. And so focusing on that, making sure you're good there. And then other things too, other general healthy things like your diet, your sleep, making sure your school's good, your relationships too, like all that. If those are all good, like everything will follow.
Wow. That's powerful. We've heard quite a few, Bachman, you haven't been here on Sundays, but quite a few scholars. And I think it's just a shift because, to be honest, when I was playing or when I was growing up, mental health was important, but you didn't hear young people speak about it. And especially in a positive way. I mean, really in a light that says, it's okay if you need support. It's okay if you need help. If you have, some thoughts that are not necessarily okay, there's places you can go to, counselors, or, if you do have other ideations, you can call 988, which is a national hotline. And so I'm really impressed, like I said, that you've been poured into to be able to pour that out and say, like, these are things that are important to me and essential in my development as I go forward. So Ellie, what about you? What has been part of your, not just athletic development, but what has been part of your personal development? Athletics has been a huge part of it. Tell us, who you've been involved with, a coach that might stand out. What is something that they said to you that made you go, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make this happen, and I'm going to be on that top 5 team?
So I play for like Ubuntu/Timberwolves, but then in the summer I played for like Shooting Stars, and then my coach Pat always said, and he's listening right now. So
okay.
Hi.
So Pat Hupp, so a long time just contributor to the city of Lincoln. I often goes unheralded, but has run the CATS program, coaches for CSS. And so just definitely want to give him his affirmation and his flowers as you just did. So continue on. What does he always say?
So he always helps me on working on shooting form and stuff that I sometimes struggle with. And then so I decided that since I've learned so much for him, I'm just gonna stay with him.
Okay. And so what's something that Pat says regularly? What's a funny saying or thing that he always says?
He always at practice, if we're goofing around or something, he has this thing called around the horn where we have to run around the whole basketball courts.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. So I'm going to ask you, just like I said, what's a piece of advice? Well, first off, let's go with this: relationships. Because Faith, you brought that to the forefront. You said how those matter, and that's a platform for me that's extremely important. Relationships absolutely matter. Ellie, I want to start with you. Why do relationships absolutely matter?
Because in sports, you have to get along with the person, and then if you get along with them better, you're a better team together.
Okay. And Faith, why are relationships of value?
Going back off what Ellie said, if you can connect with everyone, it's gonna make your team overall better, and your team chemistry it's gonna be great, and that's gonna show on the court.
Fantastic. So what is a piece of advice? And I'm going to ask you for a couple different scholars, peers, but we'll go through that. What is a piece of advice that you would have for your peers? And I say your peers are 0 to 25-ish. What is a piece of advice either that you've gained or that you're man, I want to put this out there so they have it because they're probably not going to get it anywhere else?
Yeah. Again, Katie Wench, my Pius coach, she always tells us to buy in, before every single game. Before this season, she's I need you guys to buy in. And that's a lot to take in. When things don't look so good and she's asking for your full trust, that's something that's really hard to do from what you can see right now. But I've learned through a relationship with her that I can trust her. And I know that if I buy in these little things, the end outcome is going to be so big and it's going to be so great.
What's the first step in doing that? Because I mean, it's great and it looks good on a t-shirt, and I know Katie fully invest in the components to help you do that. But for somebody that's listening, what's the first step that they can take towards that happening?
Yeah, it starts out on the court with your teammates. Again, we were just talking about relationships, but when you build those relationships, when you trust the people who you're dealt with on the court, who you are playing with, you're going to connect better. And then you can all as a team trust your coach. And then again, your outcome's going to be great.
Fantastic. Ellie, what about you? What's a piece of advice that you'd have for those 0 to 25 kind of your peers?
Probably that if you want to play a sport or something and you don't feel like you can or, can't do it just because a lot of people are better than you, just try it.
Just try. What's the first step in trying something?
Maybe practicing and getting better at it so the time comes where you can maybe play.
Love that. Love that. So, coaches, each of you have had coaches, have had educators. What is a piece of advice that you would have, especially as they come back to school, you're getting ready for different trials, those type of things? What is a piece of advice you would have for coaches? We just had a coaches clinic here in Nebraska last week. Faith, your dad was a part of it. And so if you were standing there, you had your own session and you were going to title it, what's the title? And then what is the piece of advice that you would give to every coach?
That's a good question. I would honestly just title it something simple. I'd be like, trust your kids or something, or trust your team. And it sounds super simple. And every player and every coach is going to be like, yeah, I trust, but there's little aspects that I feel like people skip. And do you trust them, like not only on the court, but outside? Do you trust them outside of school? Do you trust them? And what are you doing to build that trust? You got to start on a firm foundation, because you can't just say, trust someone and they're going to trust you,
I like that. I like that. That's powerful. That's powerful. Ellie, what about you? What's the title of the session to coaches? And then what is one thing that you would tell them during that session?
I'd probably tell them to maybe she said trust, but also bring your team together.
Okay. Bringing your team together. So what's one thing that they could do, like coaches should do, to bring teams together?
Maybe outside of playing and practices and stuff, they could go to eat or something and learn more about each other.
Awesome. Where would you go to eat? What's the favorite spot the team should go to eat?
Well, me and Coach Pat both like this, so definitely Taco Inn.
Okay. Taco Inn. We got to get them a sponsor. I was like, oh, wait a minute. But I think they can go ahead and come in-house here at 93.7 The Ticket. So before we go to break, what is advice? And this one, maybe not necessarily your parents, but I think it's important. What is some advice that you would have for parents? We all, for me, it's their journey, and people would ask, what's the advice that you'd give to us to, as our kids begin to develop and this, that, and the other. And it's their journey. As parents become involved, parents always want the best, or guardians always want the best for you. But sometimes you got to tell them, hey, back off. And so those scholars or those parents that are out there listening, what's a piece of advice that you all would have for each of them? Ellie, I want to start with you.
Probably that, if your kid wants to try something new, let them try it. Because sometimes parents are they want them to do the sport that they want, them to try maybe. And then so let them try whatever sport they want.
Okay. So putting you on the spot, or is your dad or mom a better basketball player, or you? Which one? Rank them 1 through 3 in the house.
Okay. So I'm going to say number 1 would be my brother, because
your brother. Sorry. Okay.
Because he plays. And then number 2 would be my dad. And Mom, sorry, but you're going to have to be last, because you're just, ugh.
Okay. I'm going to cut you out before I don't want any phone calls or texts there, but okay. So nice ranking. So brother gets it, dad, and then mom, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Take you out of the mix. All right. Faith, what about you? What's a piece of advice that you would have for just parents or guardians out there?
Yeah, I agree with everything Ellie just said, but also making sure your kid enjoys it. I feel like I've talked to so many of my friends, and they're like, oh, my parents are making me do this. My parents are making me do this. And I was like, if you're not enjoying it, why are you doing it? But I mean, my parents have done a fantastic job of making sure that I'm happy. They always check up on me. They're like, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. But we can see you have a love for this. So we want you to pursue this. And if that's what you want to do, then go for it. And I mean, I feel like that's the thing. Again, parents get so caught up in seeing it, oh, my kid does this and this and this and this, but then the actual kid is I don't know if I want to do any of this. And that's such a big thing. Again, going outside, we were just talking about mental health and outside aspects, that's going to affect their relationships, their school, and everything else.
Wow. I think that's important, because like I said, there's a lot of, I want them involved. I want to be multi-involved, but it's do they want to do it? And I think it's that fine balance, because you want what's best. Sometimes you want something for them that they don't even know that they that they should know.
Yeah.
But you need them to be happy. You need them to have experience. And so you talked a little bit about that. I want to piggyback off that. What brings you joy? I'll start with you, Faith. Like, what brings you joy?
I mean, volleyball.
Okay.
The people in my life, like my whole life, like I've been surrounded by such amazing people, and they give me opportunities, and that brings me joy.
Who is one of those people? And I know people kind of like, why are you asking them just like one person or whatever else? Because I think sometimes we fail to do that. And I know we could have an 18-hour show and name 50,000 people, but I also think it's important to give people affirmation. And I said before, give them their flowers while they're in that space. So you talked about Coach Wentz, but like, who's one person in your life that like just brings you joy?
Yeah.
That may not even know it, to be honest.
I would definitely say my best friend, Macy. I've grown up with her, and like, not only is she my best friend, but she also like keeps me in check. Like, she's making sure that I'm doing all the right things so I can be successful. Like, even in like the next day to come, like she's keeping me in check. She's just all around like a good friend, and like making sure that I'm doing good, and like I'll do the same for her. Like, we keep each other accountable, and like we don't get our feelings hurt when one of us is like, hey, like we got to do this now. And like, you know,
Gotta have those in your life. Not just people that are co-signing, but that people will go ahead and deny and say you have insufficient funds right now. Love that. You don't know anything about that quite yet, but you're going to college soon. You will get that message to come across. Ellie, you've spoken about it a little bit, but what brings you joy?
Definitely basketball. And just being around my family at home, on the weekends and stuff, and hanging out with my dogs and stuff.
Okay. And then what is your favorite aspect of basketball? Offense, defense, being around teammates, celebrating wins, the losses, the court smell, what's the best aspect?
I love it when like when you shoot the ball, and then like the swish of like when you make it, just the swish of the net. I just love it.
Yeah, I would have liked that too. It didn't happen a whole lot for me. But with that being said, I just had a little bit of trauma. My mental well-being needs to be adjusted. Coach Trader, we need to talk. With that being said, we'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.
Riddles Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories, celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddles Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddles Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddles Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddles Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddles inside Gateway Mall.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and Air Park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Join us on Monday, July 29th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O to celebrate the company's 40th anniversary. Enjoy 40% off wings all day and your favorite sports talk hosts on air from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come hang with us for the 40th anniversary party on Monday, July 29th at the 68th and O Buffalo Wings and Rings.
HealthLink is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. HealthLink provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacement snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a HealthLink subscription. Find your missing link with HealthLink today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers or by phone at 402-858-9356.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, and joined on the ones and twos. I said the stand-in, the Travis Scott of the day, just mixing it up. Next week, we'll elevate him to Shaq Diesel status, but he's doing a phenomenal job on every morning from 10 to 12 with the captain. Bachman, how you doing? We got a text in, so you want to read that off to him?
Yeah, we do. Thanks for texting in 402-464-5685. Sorry, Heyman text line 1452 chimes in. Faith is the best teammate. Pius Volleyball is proud of her.
You know what? I got to say that's impressive because the fact is saying that you're the best teammate and a little bit about you. You're middle and outside. I've seen kind of a little bit of a kind of massage and adjustment, and I'm familiar with that through my daughter and some different things. But you're not a setter. So whoever texted that in is not like begging for you to set them the ball. And so Bach and I looked at that. I was like, that's impressive. That's impressive in itself. But so, Faith, tell us a little bit of your journey. You've been a little bit modest, but you've had some phenomenal investments in yourself, coaches and everything. But what are the next steps? You got obviously this season, but then what's coming up after that?
Yeah, after this season, I'm going to go play at the University of Omaha. And I'm excited for this.
Why UNO? And just kind of what led into that decision and during that process.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what struck me with Omaha the most, that was so much different from every other college, is that they valued me as a person and they wanted to know me for a person. Like their whole thing was like, volleyball like isn't who you are, it's something you do. And you as a human being is so important. And like we want to get to know you and we want to make sure you're doing good. And that really stuck with me because I think like in the past I struggled with like putting my identity in my sport and I let it like affect my mood. I let it affect so many different things where like at the end of the day, like this should be something fun that I do. And like I shouldn't let it ruin my day or I shouldn't let it, like stuff like that. And like them having me realize that was so important to me. And I knew their program was good and I knew that it would be like family and that I'd fit in there.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. Like I said, it's an honor in itself to one, first off, you've got a season and I know you're chasing a state championship in regards to that. But secondly, just to have the opportunity to go on, people say less than 3%, get that opportunity to do that. And so looking forward to seeing you at that next level, but that first step is the first step. And so looking forward to seeing you have success in the 2024 season. Ellie, what about you? You talked about obviously basketball, school's coming up. What are you most looking forward to with school coming up?
Okay, so 7th grade is the year that you can finally play sports.
Okay.
So I'm going to definitely do basketball.
Okay. Any other sports on like before basketball season comes up or any other activities? Are you in band? Mr. Mickle, are you guys going to watch, KU with the football season? Like what else has got you excited about 7th grade?
I'm not in band, but I'm glad that the football season is coming before like basketball. So I can just chill at home and like, don't have to be running around and like doing sports and I can just kind of watch like games and stuff.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So another question we always ask, love is, okay. And DP, you heard him out there. He was razzing me about my Cowboys. And so I was okay with it. And I always said, I loved his statement. He goes, it doesn't matter what you love as long as you love. And so love is, finish that statement, Faith.
I would say love is patient. I think that's a huge thing. Patience is something that everyone struggles with at least once in their life, and some more than others. I know I struggle with it, but I think patience is such an important thing, especially when it comes to sports and you having to buy in and throughout the whole season, just being patient with others, but then also with yourself.
I'd have to say that's daily. I mean, I've got to show that love and grace daily. And those who live with me have to show it towards me on a regular basis. So I love that. Love is patient. Ellie, what about you? Love is?
I think like love is also like loyal and stuff because you have to like all stick together when like if you love somebody, then you have to like stick together and not like go off like ditching them and stuff.
Like that. I like that. So last thing as we're getting ready to wrap up, or Bachman will give me the signal, but as we get near wrapping up, Ellie, I want you to give Faith your 30-second coach's speech for the season. Okay, she's getting ready here in a couple weeks to go back, or no, not even just it's season, but for her senior year. She's entering her senior year. I want you to go ahead and give her Give her your speech.
Okay. Is this like before she like starts playing or like?
Yeah. Before she's getting ready, like it's the first day of school. You're the keynote speaker. You're getting to talk to all the seniors, but you specifically want to talk to Faith.
Okay, so I think you'll do great. You just gotta keep doing good at volleyball and stuff, and make sure you pass and stuff.
Bachman, it doesn't get any better than that. Make sure you pass. That would be important.
Don't be a ball hog, Faith.
Okay. Faith, your speech to Ellie there, as she's getting ready to go to 7th grade, getting ready to kind of take on the world. Give her that advice. First day.
Yeah. Ellie, I would say enjoy it. You're young ones. I mean, 7th grade, so many new opportunities, and I would say just take advantage of it. Try as many new things as you can, and really like appreciate everything around you and the people.
Wow. Love what both of y'all said, how you encouraged and motivated one another, but also you poured into others. Again, I want to thank both you. Faith, again, congratulations to you on all you've done. Ellie, same to you. Thank you for coming in. And Bachman, thanks for holding down the 1s and 2s. Again, this is Bigger Than the Score, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll see you next week.
Riddle's Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65